So it's obvious for good reasons that when we're speaking about meditation, we're often talking about the actual practice itself. And what I mean by that is, of course, finding your space where you could hopefully minimize distractions, sit down comfortably, and just focus on your breathing, or maybe try to focus all of your attention on a specific word. And this is how we get that opportunity to understand what's really happening inside of us. What type of thoughts will our mind produce if given the opportunity and without distractions around us consistently? What type of emotions are buried deep down within us that can rise up in this space, as well as any sensations? There's just so much to be gained from that actual practice, that opportunity to know who we actually are on a deeper level, and to practice while we're learning this non-judgment, just observing without attachment. Because if we could learn to do this for ourselves with everything that's going on within us, good, bad, or indifferent, then that could expand to the people around us. We could understand just how so many things are going on inside of us that affect us in unique and, to anybody watching you, illogical ways. We can look at other people and understand that while it's easy to say, this doesn't make sense, it's easy to say, you shouldn't be doing this, we can learn from firsthand experience that we're in that same boat. And when we're compassionate towards ourselves, we can learn to be compassionate to other people. So the benefits of the practice are numerous. And frankly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I enjoy reading many books by people who have spent a lifetime in meditation, have spent a lifetime in reflection on the philosophy of meditating. And it's a reason why so many people can get lost in the weeds of it, because the benefits can go from de-stressing and just finding a way to relax to having a very supernatural, spiritual, outer body experience. It's incredibly vast. But one of the reasons I enjoy speaking about meditation on this channel is because I like exploring the ways that we can take this thing that could feel so elusive to somebody who's trying to understand and is considering starting one of these practices on their own because they're curious about what they're seeing and the experiences maybe that other people are describing, and finding ways to make meditation something that is extremely practical and tangible, and something that people can just look at as a tool that's meant to help them and not something that they have to be in service of. And that's not to dismiss anybody else's approach, but this is what I have found helpful, and this is how I've found relaying the information to other people tangible for them to comprehend the benefits very quickly in a way where they don't have to learn about meditation to start meditating. You could just start meditating and building on your practice every time you meditate more. And so, with that said, as much as we focus on that practice, I really do believe the primary gain is taking the tools of that meditation practice, taking the tools that we learn in solidarity and bringing it to the outside world. The way that we learn to not be distracted by our consistent nagging thoughts when we're by ourselves, we could carry out when we are engaging with other people. When somebody is trying to have a conversation with you and your mind is racing to everything but that present moment, what's happening tomorrow, a weird out of nowhere thought about something in the past that's totally pulling you away from the person you're talking to, where they say, "Hey, are you even listening to me?" Because they could see that you've wandered off. It's that meditative practice that we do on our own. It's those skills that we hone in that space that we could bring to this scenario as well, where we're in this conversation with somebody and we catch it in real time. Hey, my mind is drifting. Let me bring it back to this person. Oh, my mind is drifting again. Let me bring it back to this activity. And so we're just making ourselves more conditioned to be present. When we're doing something that's out of our comfort zone, we know what our mind likes to do. Anytime we try to push ourselves beyond our limits. I don't know if this is a defense mechanism. I know that there is some level of being protective that comes into play, but whenever we're trying to do something that's challenging, our mind is going to immediately want to say, don't do that. Are you sure this is for you? Think about the consequences. Think about what's going to happen. All of these scenarios will get larger and larger in your mind if you decide to get attached and grab onto it and see where exactly it's going to take you. But when you remember these concepts of being aware and observing without judging and without feeling this need to hold on to these thoughts, then we could do the same thing in real time when we're outside engaging with other people and we find ourselves in these scenarios. Instead of, wow, I'm nervous, I'm having all of these thoughts. That's interesting. I just had a thought that I can't do this. And you just let it go, because 2 minutes later, that next thought is going to come. And the thing about how our mind processes thoughts is it bounces all over the place and it plays both sides of the fence. So where it just now said, you can't do this, let that pass. And the next thought is going to be, you got this. The next thought is going to be, remember how well prepared you made yourself for this moment. And the next thought is going to be, you can't do this. So either way it goes, good or bad, just be aware, just observe, and just let it move on and keep your focus in favor of the present moment where those things don't exist. And when we practice meditation as frequently as we can. And everybody's going to have their own pace. This isn't rigid. For somebody brand new, it could be once a week, or you've carved out a way where you can do this once or twice a day, however often it may be. Just understand that that is the real game as an analogy, but it's also our practice field. It's our space to hone skills that we could carry out into everyday lives in a way that's going to enhance who we are as people, as well as our experiences to those who are around us. It's the reason why somebody who meditates often kind of exudes a sense of calm and peace to the people that they're talking to. And they say, there's something about that person's energy that I can really appreciate. And people are drawn to it. And people may want to learn why it is you have this composure and want to learn about how they can have this for themselves. So just know that the benefits are really immense, and that the more we practice on our own in this comfortable, safe space of our environment, the more we could be ready to tangibly utilize these skills in the hectic, chaotic, mile a minute space that is the real world. That is it for this one. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, would appreciate if you liked and subscribed for more videos like this, and I'll talk to you next time.